you see in your folder. This is what we advisors write on in a way to kind of collect all your information on one page, one piece of it, one form. So you'll see your placement results here when I hand you your folder. You'll see all the math you took in high school. You'll see foreign language because we need to know what you did in high school. You'll see high school grades for science and U.S. history. And then if you did any AP, fast forward, Syracuse, Albany, TC3 courses in high school. All right. So when I hand it out to you, I want you to look through it and see if we represented accurately all of your information. Okay. And if not, you need to let me know. Over to the right, it should say whether or not you have a hold. If it's blank, you don't have any holds. The right side of the folder. If we wrote in that you have a hold, then there might be something there. But most of you, I don't think, had any holds. It looks pretty blank. Okay, that's good news. Okay, go ahead and take out this form. We'll just look at this one first. So take it right out of your folder and close the folder for now. So let's look at your placement results again. So again, if you took the test, you should either see that college success is circled or college level is circled. See that? If you're waived, then waived is circled, indicating that you did not have to take the test. English, do you see the English that you were placed into? Again, waived is circled if you didn't have to take the test. If you did take the test, the English that you placed into is circled. And then math. Math is a little different. I keep pointing at the wall. You were either waived from the math or refer you back to, I'm sorry, I forgot that a folder. You'll need to open that back up again. The left-hand side of your folder, and we highlight the numbers or the kinds of math you need. Now, if you were waived, we didn't do anything. But if you took the math portion of the placement test, you'll see your placement. All right. But again, if you were waived, nothing's written there. So depending upon the level of math you need to achieve, which is in that left column, will then indicate how many review courses you need to get to that level. When you're done with high school and the last test is taken and you're all set, make sure the high school sends us a final transcript. All right, because especially if you're in any college level coursework this year or AP coursework, Regents, grades, we need to still have. All right, so make sure that gets sent to us when you're all done. Okay, what you're going to do, since there are no questions at all, is that form has 2 copies to it, white and yellow. So I want you to separate it. And yellow goes in your folder, goes in your black folder. And white I keep. Take out the next form, which should be your degree. They all look a little different, but they're basically a vertical form. Yep, and you should see handwriting on it. Take it right out. Close your folder again. We should be done using the folder for a few minutes while we spend time looking over this. So again, we wanted to confirm that your contract represented your career goals. That's why I spoke with you right away in the beginning, because each student's career goals are different. They might have different courses they need to take to get them to their career goal and their degree. So each of you might have a different degree in front of you. You know, there's a number of education majors in the room. We also have a music student. We have liberal arts. I think that's it right now. So all of you have some similar requirements, and that's what we'll spend some time talking about. All right, every semester you're going to review your degree requirements with an academic advisor. So we do spend time with you each semester, all right? The good news is you don't have to do a group advising session each semester. We just do this with new students because you guys outnumber us dramatically, all right? But once the semester begins, anytime you need to see one of us, you can see us one-on-one by appointment, okay, or walk-in. Every semester we'll meet with you, we'll go over what you've completed towards your degree, and then we make a new plan for what you're going to take for the next semester. So we're doing this now in May. We'll do this again in October or November, and making a schedule for the spring semester. All right, so unlike high school, this is also something new. There are 2 semesters in an academic year, and we refer to those semesters as the fall and spring semesters, okay? So the fall starts in August and goes to December, right? And then the spring will start in January, which is odd to call it the spring semester when we start in winter, right? But we do. So we'll start January 2013 and end in May. All right? So the schedule you make today is only for the fall semester. And then in October or November, you'll make another schedule for the spring semester. All right? So just as you're getting comfortable with that fall schedule, we're going to make you come in and do it again for spring. Okay? So we're always planning ahead, always trying to figure out what you need next. So that's why you need to meet with an advisor once a semester, because we want to help you with that. Okay? And we want to keep you on the path, or help you working toward your goals of earning that degree and moving on to that 4-year school. All right? You'll get a copy. Now this we're not going to step right now because we're not done writing on it, but you will leave today with a copy of this as well. Again, you'll keep it in your black folder. So the 2 pieces of information that you'll have in that black folder are your high school record and placement results, and then how you were advised on your first session. So when you come back for any questions, anytime, whether you want to come back in the summer with some questions, come back in September, October with questions, always bring that folder because you've got a copy of your records and we can answer those questions based on what you brought. Okay? So let's go on and explain a little bit more about these things. Okay, sometimes we have business students join us, so this form is what business uses. But we're going to talk about what else we might be putting on this form. If you're enrolled in a college course now, Mansfield, SUNY Albany, or have completed one already, make sure we get those transcripts too, or we can't award the credit just on your say-so, because we have to see the grade, and we have to make sure, like I wrote it down as one course, I want to be sure it's the right thing we wrote down. So we want to award you any credit you've earned. BCC, we should have known, so that's just our error that we didn't see that. So if you've done stuff through BCC, we should know about it. Any other college, we don't. So make sure we get those transcripts too, all right? All right, so we can award you the credit. So this is why we take some time to focus on that. Be sure we don't overlook that. Okay, on the left-hand side of your contract, it doesn't matter what your major is. They all are the same. The left-hand side lists all of the general education courses you need to take for the state of New York. All right, so if you don't like these requirements, you can blame New York State. All right? This is not something that BCC chooses to do. The state says all students in the SUNY system will meet these requirements. Okay, so let's go through them. If you can't find yours right away, it could be placed in a little different spot, but most of you have the same requirements. So English, you should see right near the top, English 110, English 111. That is a general education requirement. You see the gray shaded areas, some of them are not so dark. Yours are not at all. So sorry. But it's bold. That also should be great. So it's either bolded or gray shaded, but the gray shaded indicates what the gen ed is. Okay, so basic communication is English. Then you'll see language for many of you. You don't need it on music, but I think everyone else needs foreign language. Either you met that requirement in high school or you'll have to do it with us. So on your sheet, it might say required, it might say exempt, it might say college credit, like Alexa has from Albany. Joe, you do too, right? John, sorry. Joe did. John does. Sorry. So some of you have it resolved already, others may still need to do it with us. Okay, it is a requirement. Then there's the art, music, or theater requirement, and you need one class in that category. And then you'll see humanities. You need one class in that category. All right, history, You'll be so well versed in history by the time you leave this college, you won't even know it hit you, okay? So most of you need at least 2 histories, some of you need 3. Okay, you'll also need math. Math is a little further down. And you need lab science. Yes, even if you want to be a political science major. I'm trying to think of some of the majors in the room who wouldn't think they need science. Or even an elementary ed teacher, but even in elementary ed, of course, you will teach a little science. So all of you will do lab science, whether you want to or not. But we have some really excellent options. We do astronomy, meteorology, natural disasters is my personal favorite, environmental science, really well done here. So some really awesome courses, marine chemistry, really neat things we offer. Education majors, there's science devoted to being an education major. You learn how to teach science. You do lesson planning in the science class, so it's kind of fun. And you do the same thing with those math courses in education. So gen ed, math, science, art, music, or theater, humanities, English, foreign language, history, those are your gen eds, and they're required by the state of New York. Phys ed is there. All of you will take 1 semester phys ed. If you're playing for a team here on campus, a varsity level team, that will count as your phys ed. All right, so if you're playing a sport, you don't need to sign up for a phys ed course, otherwise you're doing a semester of phys ed with us. We have cool phys ed options. So if you hated phys ed in high school, forget that whole experience, because here you can do ice skating, you can do backpacking, you can do cross-country skiing, you can do some very cool things, dance, Pilates, aerobics, fitness walking, weightlifting, karate. I mean, really neat phys ed options. So it's actually something you should look forward to. And again, but if you're playing a sport, you'll do your phys ed in that way. All right, so the left-hand side of that contract also, and this is very important, students worry about this all the time. Will my courses transfer? Anyone worry about that? Will my courses transfer with me to my other schools? Yes. Broome has a great record for transfer courses. The left-hand side of those degree programs are all your gen ed requirements. You transfer in the SUNY system, it's a guarantee those courses will transfer with you. All right, it's a SUNY-wide guarantee. You take a gen ed with any SUNY school, it has to transfer to the other one, okay? However, there's a catch. You need to get a C or better, okay? So our job is to provide coursework that's transferable. Your job is to do well in it, okay? Grades of C or better transfer, all right? But you can be assured that this degree is very transferable. All of your degrees are. All right. The right-hand side of the contract, wait, I might be getting ahead of myself. Hold on. Let's see what I'm supposed to say. Yes, okay, I'm supposed to say that. The right-hand side of your contract either is very specific to your major. Jay is doing music, so he's got a whole list of music courses there. The rest of you have more of an open space there. If you're education major, there's a group of education courses you'll take. If you're liberal arts, LAAA majors, that's an open box for you to take whatever you want, okay? So my education majors often take some education courses to fulfill the right-hand side of their degree. My liberal arts students can fill it with any coursework they're interested in. So it gives you some freedom to figure out which one to take. The next box, I'm going to go back for a minute. I need a clicker. Oh, I went the wrong one. Backwards. The next box is the proposed program box. I should have circled fall 2012, and you'll see the beginnings of a list of courses you need for the fall. Just the beginning, because we do want you to say, well, I'd really like to wait on math, or I love history, let me take a history course in the fall, let me sign up for some sound engineering courses. So we don't write a whole bunch of things in, but 2 things that are sort of a given is that College 105 class, if that's required of your degree, it's at the very top left-hand corner. If you see it there, that's a first semester course, that's a freshman orientation course, you have to have it. And then your English, that's again something everyone takes their first semester. So at the very least, you should see College 105 and your English placement on your sheet. After that, we stop because we want to talk to you directly about career goals. We don't want to assume you want to take history your first semester, that's not fair to you. So we just start with what the basics are. But that's where we're going to list what you're going to take for the first semester. So that's where we're not going to separate this form yet because we're not done writing on it. Okay. Does that make sense to everyone? sorry, I'm talking more, I always talk more in the beginning,